extending up from the crown of the head. Relaxing the shoulders, letting the whole shoulders be heavy. Softening the face. Getting the head back over the neck. And then stacking so the shoulders are over the hips are over the knees, and the knees are over the ankles. Inhale, take the arms up, stretch up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Make sure the palms face up by the time you get to shoulder height. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. And this time as you inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Stretch up. Exhale. See if you can take the whole of the inhale to come up. And the whole of the exhale to let yourself down. Once more, inhale, arms up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, arms down. Relax again, extend up through the crown of the head, taking the feet so they're hip width apart, broadening from the big toe joint to the little toe joint, and then zhuzhing down, so feel the mat beneath your feet. And it's kind of nice to bend the knees and really connect with that. And then as you inhale, you can kind of push through the feet, extend up through the crown of the head, so you're picking yourself up. Feel the space in between the vertebrae. Inhale, take the arms up. Stretch up like you mean it, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, take the hands to the waist. Inhale, release the shoulders, extend up through the crown of the head. Your exhale then hinges at the hips and you come forward, bending the knees if you need to bend the knees. You're aiming to keep your spine as straight as possible, so you're keeping the length and the space in between the vertebrae. At the end of the exhale, you release the hands, they go to the legs. Inhale, push through the hands, and as you do so, extend from the crown of the head and draw the shoulders back away from the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, roll down, pop your fingertips on the floor and drop the head. So the crown of the head faces the floor. Your inhale pushes through the feet, keeping the legs bent, rolling up the spine, uncurling. Arms up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, lengthen from the crown of the head. Release the shoulders. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Keep the length. Drive the shoulders away from the ears. Release the hands. Inhale, lengthen, crown of the head. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, folding down. Fingertips to the floor. Drop the head. Inhale, pushing through the feet. Uncurling, see if you can visualize that happening vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And then extending up, fingertips to the seat. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, lengthen from the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, come forward, keeping the length. Release the hands. Inhale, lengthen, crown of the head, shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, fingertips, drop the head. Inhale, pushing through the feet. Feel the engagement in the legs as you roll up the spine. And then pushing through the feet, extending up. All the way up, hands to prayer. And then pull the prayer down. As you exhale, take the hands down. Closing the eyes for a moment, extending up through the crown of the head, visualizing space in between the vertebrae, all the way up the spine, up the neck, soften the jaw. Taking the focus to the tips of the fingers and feel what's going on. Slowly open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take the hands to prayer. Draw the prayer down. Hinge at the hips. Keep the length. Bending the knees if you need to bend the knees. Release the hands to the legs. Inhale, push through the legs. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, bend the knees. Place the hands on the mat. And step back to plank. Push the ground away with your hands and your feet. Extend through the crown of the head. Drop the knees, flatten the feet. As you exhale, push yourself back into child's pose. Take a few breaths in child's pose. Inhale, come up. Apply a bit of weight through the wrists. Exhale, lovely. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, come up. Apply a bit of weight through the wrists. You're just taking the shoulders a little bit over the wrists, maybe, if that works for you. Exhale. Inhale, coming up onto all fours. And then pushing the ground away with the hands, with the shins and with the tops of the feet. If your feet don't go flat like this, you can roll up a blanket and put them under your feet. So you're boshing the ground away. You're pushing the ground away with the hands, with the shins and with the tops of the feet. You're extending from the crown of the head and drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Take a few breaths and then see what it feels like to draw your hands and knees towards each other without actually moving them. So drawing my hands, my knees together, and as a result, there's a bit of tummy action going on. See while you're doing that if you can breathe into the belly, soften the jaw, and then release that. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can turn to look at the right foot. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, turn to the left foot. Inhale, centre. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and back to centre. A little bit of spinal segmentation. We'll start with the pelvic movement, tucking the tailbone under and releasing it. Tucking the tailbone under. And then tucking the tailbone under and maybe getting that movement to travel a little bit further up the spine before you release it back. Tucking the tailbone under, travelling up the spine a little bit, and then releasing it. So I find there's parts of the spine, my spine, that don't move as readily as other parts. And so it's nice to try and work those areas. So I have a bit kind of in the middle of my back that doesn't seem to move as readily, so I often kind of go up to that bit and try and make it move a bit more and then drop back. In the end, what you're doing is tucking the tailbone under and coming up bit by bit, good girl basically, bit by bit, and then dropping the head. And then you can open the chest and roll. Reverse the process. So in the end, there's this creation of a wave through the spine. So it's super hard to start with, partly because your spine probably doesn't want to move like that, and partly because your brain doesn't know what the hell you're asking your spine to do. And it just takes a bit of practice. It's definitely worth the practice. Once you've got it, it feels nice. Your spine really enjoys the process. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to do. Okay, so that's your spinal segmentation. So your wrists are probably hurting by now. So if you bend your arms, and you can push yourself up into a high heel. Take the hands to prayer. I'll go this way. Take the hands to prayer, relax the shoulders. Inhale, open your book. As you exhale, take the backs of the hands together, and then you bring the fingertips into the chest. Roll the baby all the way around. Inhale, open the book. Exhale. Bosh. Inhale, open the book. Exhale. Spin it round. And then go the other way. So you inhale, open the book the other way. Backs of the hands all the way round. And pray. Open the book the other way. Backs of the hands all the way round. Once more, book the other way. Backs of the hands all the way round. And then take the hands to cactus and let's flash them. Make fists. Let's do circles. Trying just to make that movement in the wrists. Don't know whether I am. And then go the other way. I seem to be normally, I don't know what's going on with my wrists. I think I'm going in opposite directions. Anyway, that's your wrist. Wrist things. Okay. Inhale the right foot forward. So, right knee, more or less over your right ankle. And then I'm boshing down again. So I'm spreading my feet and I'm broadening from my big toe joint to my little toe joint. And there's a down. Same with the shin and the top of that foot. And as a result, what happens is there's a lot of engagement going on. So my legs are engaged, I can feel my tummy going, my TA, my transverse abdominis is creating stability for me. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale my left arm up, stretching that arm up. So there's this lovely straight line all the way down my left side. And then keeping my right leg still, I'm heading my elbow on my left arm to the outside of my right thigh. So I'm not touching it, I'm not touching anything else. I'm trying to keep this right leg still. Inhale up. Exhale. In. Stretching up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Once more. Inhale up. I'm still boshing everything away. Exhale. And then release that. And then we're going to take the hands and pop them on the inside of the right foot. I'm going to move my left knee back just a little bit. And as I inhale, and tuck my toes under on the back foot, the inhale, I'm going to let this right leg fall out to the right. So I'm coming onto the outside edge of my right foot and allowing that to fall out. That's my inhale. My exhale, I'm boshing the right foot back down again, really making contact. I'm squeezing the right knee into my right arm and I'm sending my left heel away and squeezing, really engaging everything. That's my exhale. So inhale, I drop the back knee, drop the right knee, come onto the outside edge. Exhale, re-engage, bosh, send the heel away, squeeze. Inhale, drop the back knee, drop the right knee. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Drop the back knee. Take the right knee back, and then you can back up into your high kneel. Stepping the left foot forward. So the same thing, left knee over left ankle, and boshing everything away. So making contact, and then pushing the ground away, basically. Inhale the right arm up, stretch up like you mean it. Get this lovely length down the right side of the body, keeping the left leg still as possible. Taking the right elbow to the outside of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. In. Exhale. Once more. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, take the elbow to the outside. Okay. Bringing the hands to the inside of that left foot, zhuzhing the back knee away just a little bit. Tucking the toes under. Inhale, allowing the left knee to fall out. Exhale, engage the left foot, send the heel away on the right leg. Squeeze. Come off the mat a bit. Inhale, left knee falls out, back knee comes down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale, squeeze. In and exhale. Really squeezing, sending the heel away. And then you can drop the back knee and send the left leg back and come back up into your high kneel. Inhale, take the arms out. Palms facing each other. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Exhale. Next inhale, you can bring the fingertips forward. Exhale. Take them back. Inhale forward. So wrapping the shoulder blades around the body, bringing the fingers as far forward as possible. Exhale, driving them back, but keeping the shoulders down. Inhale, bring them forward. Exhale. Take them back. This time, inhale, take them forward, and then drive the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, take them back, drive them down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Once more, inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And release. You're a wandering little dog today, aren't you? Okay, downward dog. Study the hands. You want to make, I kind of think of it as like frog hands. So frog your pads. I talk about frogging the pads. This, and then this area here, there's a slight sucking up on the palm, and you're really pressing through this thumb joint. And all of those things, you helping? All of those things help me externally rotate my shoulders as I come up. So, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the sit bones up to the sky. You, Pixley, you're a very good girl. Pushing through the thumb joint, connecting with the hands, extending. So I feel the extension through the arms. I'm trying to roll my shoulders away from the ears. I'm not kind of sinking in my armpits. There's a bit of a sucking up on the armpits. So this is about lengthening. It's not about dipping really. And then if you bend your knees, you'll find you get a little bit more length in the lumbar area. You might do anyway. There's a very slight internal rotation of the upper thighs, which also helps to get a better lengthening in the lumbar, broadening in the lumbar maybe a little bit. And breathe. And you can swing it, you can move in it, you can swing your hips, do whatever feels comfortable. Inhale, look at the hands and take the right knee to the right wrist and the left knee to the left wrist. And you can sit yourself down. Extend the legs out. Flex the feet. So my shoulders are relaxed and I'm extending up from the crown of the head. So the important thing with this pose, Dandasana, staff pose, is that your back is straight. If you need to bend the knees to do that, bend your knees, that's fine. Okay, so I've kind of rolled onto the front of my sit bones. I'm extending up through the crown of the head. I'm creating as much space through my spine as I can. And then my hands come down to the sides. And look at my toes, which I'm drawing towards me. And breathe. Inhale the left arm up. Stretch up like you mean it. Exhale the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. The right hand goes behind the right buttock. Inhale lengthens from the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're twisting from the waist. So don't just shove your neck round, head round, because it will hurt your neck. Twist from the waist. Make that movement come from the waist. As you inhale, see if there's any more extension. As you exhale, see if there's any more twist. Soften the face. Breathe into the belly. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. The left hand goes behind the left buttock. Inhale, lengthen from the crown of the head. Exhale, twist in the waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Bringing the knees to 45. Hands on the knees. Navasana, bow pose. It's all about keeping that back straight. So inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Your exhale takes the torso back to 45. The moment you do that, you feel your tummy kicking. So this is strong. What you want to be able to do, I reckon, because no one's actually told me this, but I think you probably want to hold whatever it is for about 10 breaths. So if you can hold this comfortably for about 10 breaths, then you can do the next bit. And the next bit is bringing the legs up to tabletop. So if you can hold this comfortably for about 10 breaths, you don't want to be feeling it in your back. You want to be able to keep that extension through the spine. So if that works for you and you can hold that for 10 breaths, you go, okay, we'll try the next bit. The next bit is straightening the legs. exhale, come down. You can take your feet together, soles of the feet together. This is Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Again, trying to roll onto the front of the sit bones, trying to extend up. You can always sit on a block. All these sitting poses, apart from the Navasana, because obviously you balance on it and fall off, but all the sitting poses are good on a block. What a block does is it just helps you tilt that pelvis a little bit. Yeah, so rolling onto the front of the sit bones, extending up through the crown of the head, letting the knees fall out. Breathe. Soften the face. If you want to have a go at opening your feet like a book, you can do that. You just take hold of your feet and see how far you can open them. Rolling onto the back of the sit bones, taking your index finger and your middle finger around the big toe, bringing yourself up to a balance. It's helpful if you've got an ample backside with this. So I find it quite easy. Inhale, and then exhale, you straighten the legs. It would have been funny if I'd fallen over them. So, doesn't matter if you can't straighten the legs. What matters is the straight back again. Because the moment you kind of lose that, you fall over. And releasing that, taking your feet so they're hip width apart, and zhuzhing yourself down. A little hamstring activation. So feet hip width apart. Inhale, your exhale pushes the hips up. So there's a straight line. I don't know whether people can see me, Peg. So there's a straight line from my knees to my shoulders. And then what I'm doing is the same thing as we did on all fours. I'm going to draw my feet. I'm drawing my feet towards my shoulders. And as I do that, I feel my glutes in my bottom engage, and I feel my hamstrings in the back of my legs engage. And yeah, so I'm kind of doing that as much as I can. Breathe. Soften the face. And then you can roll down the spine, zhuzhing down, and bring the knees into the chest. For a bit of a zhuzh and a roll, there you Pegsley, bit of a zhuzh and a roll. And then it's Shavasana time, so extend yourself out, get yourself comfortable. And tune yourself back into the breath. Feel the expansion of the inhale, filling the nostrils, traveling down the throat, filling the lungs, expanding the ribcage. Watch the belly rise. Taking the attention to the top of the head. Relax the scalp. Notice the sensations going on in the scalp. What does it feel like? Broaden across the forehead, Softening the eyes, letting the eyelids be heavy. Watch the breath. Softening the temples, letting the softening drift to the jaw. Notice the space in the mouth. Tongue heavy. Lips soft. Relaxing the chin, throat, shoulders. And hold the back body heavy as you exhale. Inhaling into the heart space. Visualize the heart space filling with light as you inhale.